The cameras were flashing, the best ball gowns were put on, and the suits were suited and booted for the FIA's award ceremony in Paris on Thursday night. But there were two key figures that weren't present that evening. We'll dive into that and everything else in the news today at GPFans. Before we go any further, hit the subscribe button down below to stay up to date with everything that we do. But this is the continued fallout from everything that was going on in Abu Dhabi last Sunday. And finally, we're hearing from Toto Wolff. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff has revealed he has no intention of speaking to Michael Masi after accusing the FIA race director of a catastrophic decision that robbed Lewis Hamilton of an 8th F1 world title. Masi hardly endeared himself to the Mercedes team principal with his unusual decision-making in the final few laps of the now infamous Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, which led to Max Verstappen taking his first world championship, overtaking Lewis Hamilton on the final lap of the race. In Wolff's eyes, and despite the passing of time, he remained stunned by the calls Masi made in the closing stages of Sunday's Abu Dhabi Grand Prix that led to Verstappen taking that title. Asked by GPFans if he had spoken to Masi over the past few days and whether he had faith in him to continue in his role as race director, a disgruntled Wolff said, "I am not interested in having a conversation with Michael Masi. The decisions taken in the last 4 minutes of the race brought Lewis Hamilton off a deserved world championship. His driving, particularly in the last 4 races, was faultless. He had a commanding lead on Sunday in Abu Dhabi from the get-go. He won the start and he never gave the lead away again. Robbing him in the last lap of the race is unacceptable. That is why, from a personal standpoint, from a professional standpoint, I cannot. My values, my sense of integrity, just aren't compatible with the decisions made on Sunday. And it is up to the FIA going forward to decide how these decisions, how these situations can be avoided. I would have been totally okay with Max and Red Bull winning the championship on Sunday, and this situation has nothing to do with Max. He is a worthy champion, his driving is exceptional, and Red Bull are a fierce competitor, and I have the greatest respect for the people working there. This has nothing to do with them. It's not only a decision to change the race director, the whole system of decision making needs to be improved. The race director is certainly under big pressure, and some of this is due to our own faults. From a sporting perspective, it was a catastrophic impact because it decided the World Championship." That's not everything that Wolff had to say on the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix and the decisions surrounding those last few laps that decided the World Championship. So get on to gpfans.com for the full transcript. Of course, it was awards night last night in Paris for the FIA as Max Verstappen was officially presented with his driver's World Championship trophy. Verstappen and his team principal Christian Horner were both present, of course, for the ceremony, but there were a couple of noticeable absences. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff and the driver that finished second to Verstappen in the title battle, Lewis Hamilton. The British driver's future in the sport has been brought into question after the way the title was stripped away from him in those final few laps of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, with Toto Wolff saying when he spoke to the media this week, "Lewis and I are delusioned at the moment. Not delusioned with the sport, we love this sport with every bone in our body, and we love it because the stopwatch never lies. But if we break that fundamental principle of sporting fairness and authenticity of the sport, then suddenly the stopwatch doesn't become relevant anymore because we are exposed to random decision making, and it's clear you fall out of love with it. It's going to take a long time for us to digest what happened on Sunday. I don't think we will ever get over it. That's not possible, and certainly not for him as a driver. I very much hope the two of us and the rest of the team work through the events, and we can, with the FIA and F1, utilise the situation to improve the sport going forward. But he will never overcome the pain and the distress that was caused on Sunday. To be honest, still today, I can't even understand what happened. I'm in disbelief. It still feels surreal. I would very much hope Lewis continues racing because he is the greatest driver of all time. So we will be working through the events of the next weeks and months, and as a racer, his heart will say, I need to continue because he is at the peak of his game. But we have to overcome the pain that was caused upon him on Sunday because he is also a man with clear values, and that it's difficult to understand that happened. It should be noted, as mentioned by GPFans' very own Ian Parks last night, that Hamilton not attending the FIA Gala in Paris is technically a breach of the FIA sporting regulations, although I doubt that the governing body is going to be pursuing the snub of the awards. a snub that's been backed by a number of key figures in Formula 1, including Sky Sports commentator David Croft. But there is a sense of slight irony, maybe, that the two Mercedes key figures are bending the rules themselves at this point, after everything that happened, of course, in Abu Dhabi. Is this the last race that we've seen Lewis Hamilton run in Formula 1, or is he going to be back next season? Let us know in the comments section below, and of course hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with everything we do at GP Fans.